Hey, so last time we talked about a Pinot Noir. I deduced that the wine was a Pinot Noir from the Russian River Valley. I think I said 2016. Um, and that's pretty much what I call it. So ripe to just under ripe, red fruits, strawberries, cherries, cranberries. On the palate, more ripe black, plums. I talked about potpourri. I mean, literally like right down the line. Potpourri, tea, licorice and clove, cinnamon and vanilla spice, some new oak. The body being about medium plus, elevated acidity, elevated alcohol, medium tannins, medium minerality, and then again, that layer of oak. Dry but ripe on the palate. So I think I did pretty well. Even though it's a 2017, this is Kenwood Vineyards. They're Six Ridges, Russian River Valley. So this Pinot Noir is from Russian River, from Sonoma, from California, and 2017. So that's a pretty good assessment. So let's keep it in the red family and talk about a much darker. I mean, I just don't know if you can see how deep and dark that is. So that is intense. You cannot see through that. You can't read through it. It is deeply colored. It is red purple. There is a little bit of bright red on the rim. There is definitely staining. There is viscosity and medium plus tearing. No sediment or gas, I'm assuming, but I can't necessarily see through it to tell you. So moving to the nose. There's some VA on this. It is definitely blowing off a little funkiness. So it's medium plus intensity on the nose. Dark reds and blacks. For the fruit character, there's some earthy, there's some animal, there's some baking spice, baked fruit. I mean, it's ripe to overripe to baked to jammy. Like there's just some intense ripeness going on here. I would be surprised if there were not some serious kick of alcohol on this. You can see that those tears starting to form and like just drip. It's plummy. It is plum pudding. It's spicy. It's almost Christmas spicy. Possibility of some oak being on this wine because of all that spice. There's coffee. There's a little bit of tobacco. This is intense. There's so much going on. Licorice, leather, earth-baked, animal, like just everything. It's all in here. And it's all ripe and jammy and stewy and baked. To the palate. Okay, wine is dry. Wine has elevated tannins. This ripe, baked character to the fruit still exists, but they are tart fruits. It's interesting to say because there's still a mouth-watering consistency to this. The blacks, plums, blackberries, some raspberry, some strawberry, but plum and blackberry is leading the show. There is earthiness. There is still that Christmas spice kind of character, and animal and leather and barney and earth and cedar. It's intense. The tannins are medium plus. They are all roof of the mouth. It's intense on the roof of the mouth. The acidity is moderate plus. It is still mouthwatering. It is still currently mouthwatering. Alcohol is moderate plus at most. It's not crazy burn. The body is still moderate plus. It's also not as big and thick as all of the flavors would intend it to be. It's a crazy complex wine. It has a moderate finish. It is mostly up front in the mouth, and it does not hang around for a very long time. So that's sort of stumping. Shouldn't be. Christmas spice, there's so much to talk about, but there's just so much to talk about. Not a big herbal kick. I don't feel super strongly about I mean, all right, so there's herbal, but it's like sweet and Christmas spice and not green. So I don't really want to talk about Bordeaux varietals. But that leather, that animal kick, the acidity that's there, the ripeness, the tannin, there's so many things going on here. It makes me want to talk warm. I think this is warm climate. I think it's old world. I think there are a few things it could be, right? So warm climate, old world is Southern Rhone, Syrah blended with Grenache and a whole bunch of other stuff. Then Chateauneuf du Pape. Could be Amarone, that ripeness, the Christmas spice, the possibility of oak, that jammy, ripey fruit. I mean, legitimately could be New World Zinfandel. But I don't quite know how to throw any of these out. I don't think it's Chateauneuf du Pape. The color isn't quite right. It's a little bit too much. Amarone, I think, would be sweeter. It would have more viscosity and more ripeness. But this baked jammy character, I mean, I'm going to go with Zinfandel. It's kind of crazy. It's fascinating. It's probably not, but that's where my brain is stuck right now. So this is a really well-made quality producer for Zinfandel. I'm thinking 3 to 5 years. There's some oak on this. It had to have spent some time. And I think 2016 is not a bad place to go. Zinfandel is going to be New World. It's going to be California mostly. It's going to be in America. So I think calling this a Lodi Zin from California from 2016, it's not a bad place to go. So that's what we're going to do. I don't feel super strong about that, and I'm sure that we'll have a whole bunch of fun stuff to talk about when I come back and we get this wrong. Super. Okay, thanks so much. Feel good. Take care of yourself. Wear a face mask.